We should be
Don't
twitching.
talk during the opener.
Give it a second. We haven't gotten that far yet. Hold on. What's your hosting?
Symbiotes.
Yes.
YouTube should be up.
Can we get overly dramatic readings of like childhood poetry like that? Like, mares eat oats and does eat oats, but those fucking little lambs, Ivy.
For 10 seconds, in you.
I see us on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
Twitch should be up now.
I see us on the YouTubes.
No,
we're on Twitch.
Yet.
We are on Twitch now. Just change. And yeah, I got to change the title though because that's wrong. That's okay.
You were asking about which episode number what season are we in? That's what I want to know.
We have seasons?
Season 4?
3?
Oh no.
75.
You guys remember the awesome season 2 cliffhanger? Lasted for like 8 months.
Wasn't that when the podcast got canceled?
Somebody press B.
You're right.
All right, Wolf.
B, yeah.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna rank it today on.
Oh, hold on. Intro's not playing. It was.
Don't
playing.
talk over the non-intro.
Don't point out that
right.
the intro's not playing.
What are you talking about? I'm muted.
Hold on. Oh, because it's on OneDrive. That's why it's not working. Thank you, OneDrive. That's so great. Because all the files are there.
It's not looking so bad now.
Insert music here.
Don't talk. Don't.
I know our theme song.
All right.
Don't talk instead of the intro.
Cheese pizza.
Fucking.
What intro?
I hate it here.
It's almost been 200 episodes. We haven't nailed this down yet, guys.
Works right.
No, it takes 200 to finally get that last one through.
It's okay. On episode 200, we'll have a very special episode, and we'll praise it highly and celebrate it, and not drop a recorded episode at all by accident.
All right. So tonight I am joined by these lovely goofballs. Jake, how you doing?
I've been better.
GP.
Wow.
I've been better.
Chard.
Been better.
And Sinistar.
I am better.
Oh, good to hear.
Wow.
And today we are kicking out. We're doing a compressed March Radness this month because all those brackets last year was a bit much. We're getting too old for that shit. So
just a bit.
We're only doing 2 March Radness brackets this month, and this is our first one. Our first one we're doing is best game featured in the Wreck-It Ralph movie.
Wait, they made a movie out of that?
Who came up with this idea?
Me. I was a little drinky.
Me.
I was a little drinky.
I was a little drinky.
Because we're not talking about best movie game reference in Wreck-It Ralph. No. We're talking about best game that happens to be referenced in the movie Wreck-It Ralph.
It's very likely Pac-Man is going to go up against Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Don't disclose the brackets. We don't know yet. We don't know what the randomized brackets will give us. You got to wait.
That's why I said very likely.
We might even see Turok make an appearance.
It's a 1 in 4 chance. Yeah, Turok is the envelope. I'm giving it away.
Well, okay. Well, while you brought it up, Mr. Spoilers, okay.
Are we just going to recycle little bits?
Because of the issues last time, okay, and the failure of the one envelope, this week I've got 2 mystery envelopes. If for some reason you guys, if you guys disagree with the choice of the brackets because it's been randomly allocated, you don't like it, we can pull one of the envelopes if you would like. You don't have to,
I'm like,
but you
what?
can.
Probably Paperboy.
I feel like
when
they're great
you-
Karnak.
completely crapped the bed with the Turok envelope, I thought this is it. Everybody's going to forget the hidden gems thing. No. Now we
got
just
two.
have two things.
No.
No,
No,
yeah,
we
now
have
we have
envelope.
two.
We have
Now
three.
it's got
we
a
have
best friend.
we have tunnels. We have tunnels as well.
We have
Yeah,
and
tunnels.
tunnels. Yeah, of course.
We have tunnels.
I'm hoping Jake didn't throw Final Fantasy VII in one of those envelopes because of the Aerith Lives spray painted in Game Central Station.
No, I didn't.
Right.
That's a good
Change
one.
my vote.
Okay.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I'd like to change my vote,
No.
please.
These are two games you'll never guess what games they are. I think they're solid picks that just didn't get
Ah,
referenced
Jake
when we were
said
talking
that
about games
about
for the
Turok.
brackets.
Q-Bert, yeah.
So,
All right.
it's not Turok.
All right,
Sounds like
shall
a
we kick off
movie?
the first round, or do we need a little more information on what we're doing? I think the audience gets it.
I guess we should feed the audience a little bit on what
Yeah.
the hell we're doing.
Of
Yeah,
the
okay, so we're-
thousands of references in Wreck-It Ralph, we picked 8, right?
Yeah, and we're
Yes.
we're comparing apples to grapefruits. Like it doesn't matter. It
We might
Matters
actually
to
be
me.
and we are
comparing
going to
apples
decide
to
which of the
filet
two is better,
mignons.
Right.
and it'll move on to the next bracket.
I even
So
think it's a
apples to
requisite that
cars.
we've seen the movie. So this is going to be great.
It might help if we explain what the reference was in the movie. So I know everybody
yeah,
here
we
has
can
watched
we can
Wreck-It Ralph
definitely
this
mention.
week.
Actually, I did. I did twice, as a matter of fact.
I watched it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I
Sin-
read the
Sinstress
wiki.
I
and
didn't
I-
either.
Sinstress and I watched it.
Womp, 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 womp.
So.
We made.
I've seen it a lot though, so
VHS.
there's that.
So have I. It's a great movie. I love Wreck-It Ralph. It's just couldn't get the time
Fantastic
in this
movie.
week. That's all. But it's a fantastic.
Had I
film,
watched it
for
this
sure.
week, it would have caused the wife to cry because she always cries at the end, and yeah.
Hmm.
it would-
You're thinking of Coco. I cry at Coco also.
No, that
Everybody
too. That
cries.
Wreck-It Ralph at the end, she cries.
Here I thought you were
I
saying.
think
you're
Soul hits
thinking
me
of-
harder than Coco, but I get it.
Here I thought you were going to say you're thinking of cocaine. Cocaine always makes me cry. Too.
Wow. Wow.
You can't. You can't.
That's
Also,
when you gotta
weird
do another
segue.
hit, right?
Sarah Silverman, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on the show.
Ah,
Wow. And John C. Riley.
yes,
Do you
Yeah.
want the first
See-
brackets, Wolf?
yes.
Yeah, let's kick off with the first brackets.
All right. First bracket, and you're gonna have to explain the references because I don't recognize all of these. But the first one is, oh, that's weird. That's strange. Got to go fast.
No.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog versus Road Blaster, a racing game. The
Okay,
randomizers
so-
are so weird.
Hold
Why
on,
do you
hold
hate
on.
Jake?
I have to pose a question to you guys. Given the fact that these are supposed to be arcade games, right?
Sure.
Mhm.
Do we want to classify it as there's two Sonic arcade games I can think of. One of them is a trackball isometric platformer,
Not that one.
and the other one is Sonic the Fighters.
Oh.
Do we want to go with those, or do we just want to go with like Sonic 1? What are we doing?
We can't
I'm
because
fine with Sonic
one of the games
Yeah.
is not an arcade game at all, but it has a reference. So I don't think
Yeah.
it's fair to do the arcade versions. Like, do we want to pick the best of the franchise to go in this bracket, or we just start with the default first game of the franchise, like Sonic 1?
Probably
I
with
guess
default.
Sure.
probably the default
Yeah.
first one,
Yeah.
unless
yeah.
it's obvious that the characters they use are in a different entry. So the earliest entry for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this
I'm with
is
Wolf.
Sonic the Hedgehog on Genesis versus Road Blasters in the arcade.
Mm.
What was the reference to Road Blasters in the movie? I don't remember that part.
Okay, Road Blasters was the new hotness that showed up at the arcade.
Yeah, that's
and
what
Turbo
made
got jealous
Turbo
that
go
kids were
Turbo.
going to play that instead of his game.
Hold
so
up.
he went and invaded that game.
Bridget says Jake's audio is only coming through the left speaker.
I
having a
I hear
great
you in
day
both of my
today.
ears.
Bridget also says it's trippy. And I'm getting that too, but I am only wearing the one headphone. So
And
Jake
Bridget
has
also
mono.
says Jake has mono.
Which is the kissing disease.
okay,
Yeah,
there are
okay.
other ways you can get sneezed on. Nobody made out with me in
With
high
your mouth
school.
open. How often do you have people sneeze
You
in your mouth, sir?
sneezed on me.
Look, I'm a freak, man. I don't know what else to say. Let's just keep going.
All right. So So yeah, Turbo leaves. Yeah.
Goes and invades Road Blasters because it's the new hotness, and he's driving across the road back and forth. The Road Blaster car ends up crashing into Turbo as the kids recognize him, and it glitches the game out to no end, and so both games get removed from the arcade.
Yes.
Road Blaster is amazing. If we are talking, I'll go first since we're all ready to go. Jake did this on purpose because he knows how much I love Sonic, and I mentioned Road Blasters as being one of my favorites, so it's okay. I see through your veil of deceit. I'm gonna go with Road Blasters on this one because Road Blasters was a childhood favorite of mine. For those of you who don't know, Road Blasters is basically it's like Knight Rider. It's like California Cruising. You got the third person view over the car and the steering wheel, and you can have a shift if you want to do, whatever. But it also has guns and rockets, so it's like Spy Hunter in that sense. And you're driving the car, and you got a pedal. You had a pedal that you could use it to accelerate and brake and all that stuff. But it wasn't sit down; it was a stand up game. So you had to lean into it while you were doing it. It made you get. It's probably where most of the scoliosis came from my generation. But Road Blasters was a great addition to the arcade circuit. I loved Road Blasters. I would pick that one definitely over Sonic at this point.
I'm gonna make my vote simple and just say I second your opinion.
I am going to go Sonic for two reasons that are completely not related to Sonic. One, Chard loves Sonic, but is Sonic deserves at least one vote. But mostly, the local skating rink where I grew up had Road Blasters, and like he was saying, it's a stand-up thing with the pedal. And if you've ever tried to play that whilst wearing roller skates,
oh yeah.
and like you said, you got to put some torque behind it. And anyway,
you got road blasted.
my tailbone is not really fully healed.
GP went turbo.
Fully formed.
GP went turbo.
Turbo-tastic.
He went turbo backwards from the game.
And I had to wear a cast around my hips, and nobody would sign it. And Sonic it is, due to no fault of Sonic's.
You know what's the worst for me? First off, does my audio sound correct now, Bridget? Thank you for pointing that out. Hopefully it sounds not mono anymore. But let me know.
Oh,
sounds like Jake should splurge on a
wow.
Okay.
Just everybody's punching down on Jake this fucking week.
Jake's
I was just gonna share.
now.
I was just gonna share a story with you assholes. Okay, when I was a kid, I remember my cousin broke his arm, and I got to sign his cast. And you know what he did?
You're stealing my
He
story.
washed it off. So that's the heartbreaking tale of Jake, whose cousin didn't love him. It's brutal.
Did
but
you
you know
say
what? You
that his
keep
cast
punching
was
down.
shitty?
That's okay. I'm gonna take my two
You need a
fucking
better
envelopes and go
cast.
home. That's okay.
Wow.
You are home.
You'll never know the games that are written on those letters. Nobody will ever know.
All right, so we have 2 for Road Blasters, 1 for Sonic.
One for Sonic.
Yeah, Jake, what's your vote?
Sorry. Oh, now I'm loud. Jeez. Okay, hold on.
We just thought he was getting aggressive.
I don't think this episode's gonna get live, guys.
Look, it's 200. We're almost at 200. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at 400. It's fine.
Well, yeah, by
Remember where you
400 for
came
sure,
from,
it'll
fellas.
be better. Okay, I
Okay,
think I should
300's
be
not looking
okay
good.
now, but I'm gonna lower just a tad
We're
bit
just
more.
in trouble,
if I'm
and
too
Jake's
quiet,
yelling at us all.
there's that too. I don't normally yell at you guys. I'm normally calm
He was
and
pretty
collected
angry when
and-
he started this up.
Fuck. All right.
But he's Canadian, so he has the calmest yelling ever.
It's true.
Also, well, while he's adjusting, I'll tell you this.
Ask my kids that.
Jake's got
my
4 more
wife-
children that he was unaware of.
My wife watched our last episode about Balatro because she's addicted to it as well. This is a quick story while Jake's figuring out his audio. She started telling me, she goes, I love everything you guys do, but Jake's voice is like top tier podcasting perfection. So all week when I'm like, hon, can I tell you something? She'll say, yes, but have Jake do it. And it's been getting to
Thanks,
me
Jake.
all week. So anyway, there we are.
Listening
Thank
to
you.
Jake talk is like having caramel poured into your ear. It's very
Oh, stop.
it's
That'll
very
make me
velvety.
blush. Now I'm gonna wish I had a third
And-
envelope.
And he
Slower.
sounds especially good on his penis mic.
But say it slower, but say it lower.
Slow and low, that's the tempo.
Okay. Why are you
Okay.
guys wait? You guys are voting Road Blasters over Sonic 1? Wasn't paying attention.
There's-
Why are you doing that?
2 Road Blasters, 1
Because
Sonic.
it's a
Why?
good game. Because I like that
Yeah.
game.
Over Sonic the Hedgehog? Are you nuts?
I spelled
Over
the
Sonic
great
1, yes.
snow
It's
cone.
not okay to have opinions, apparently.
Okay. Sonic 1.
So we're
Sonic 1 is infinitely better than Road Blaster. I don't even think you guys have played Road Blasters for more than 10 minutes. There's no way you've played it for that long. Sonic 1
Wait,
is
what?
like
I enjoyed that
so
10
much better.
minutes. The only
Okay.
reason I played Sonic longer is because it cost me less money.
Well, it was bundle game. Yeah, I know. There's no way.
So the
there's no
conversation
way.
is which game is better, not which cameo is better.
Yeah, it's which
Sonic
game
1
better.
is way better than Road Blasters. What does Road Blasters bring to the table? A shitty aim gun mechanic, and what? That's it, right? Sonic, you go fast. You power ups. You have Robotnik. What do you have? Well, who's the villain in Road
Farty-
Blaster?
Farty bass.
Other cars.
You had a lot of farty base. Other cars,
Traffic.
other villains.
Traffic.
You wanna talk
Traffic
about
is the
going
boss?
Yeah.
fast?
I voted
You're
Sonic, so I'm
driving
out
your
of this one.
fucking 1987 Toyota Supra with a cannon mounted on the side of it. That's pretty hot.
Yeah.
And a Genie code
Just saying.
for Ford
my
Taurus.
my hatchback coupe.
If this was Road Blasters versus Road Rash, it'd be a different argument. But when it's put up
Oh, yeah.
against when the randomizer gave it Sonic 1, I don't see how we can't vote for Sonic 1. Sonic 1's my vote. I think
Okay,
it's
well,
crazy
it's
to
Okay,
vote for
Sonic
Road
1.
Blasters.
See, Sonic 1 is what everybody would expect Frisbee to go with because it's a retro game. I am going off the rails here. I'm going off the
with
cusp.
a non-retro game, Road Blasters. Okay.
It's very non-retro.
First
Maybe-
off, Jake, I have
It was
played
before
Road
retro.
Blasters for literal dozens of hours.
Yeah.
I had that on the NES.
Pre-retro. I'm gonna fucking
How many
download that.
stages
I
right
are
now.
in it?
played
3?
the crap out of it.
Road
How many
Blaster's awesome.
enemies are in that? Is just one car, or are there different types of cars?
Does it matter? Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
It matters. Like enemy
Purple's
variety.
Purple Mountain's Majesty. Okay, it's
Are
a
the
better
mountains
Knight
even
Rider.
purple?
They
They
There
are.
are.
mountains in Sonic.
They are in Rad
Okay.
Racer.
So I will say Road Blasters is a better game than you're giving it credit for, Jake.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
it's a pretty good one. I spent so much time playing this as a kid. Never got mad at this the way I got mad at some other driving games in the same vein. Okay. I got this and Knight Rider the same year. Knight Rider was the sexier title, but Road Blasters was way more fun. I played the crap
hell
out of
yeah.
that. Knight Rider didn't get the same love. But
I have to
It
look
did on
up.
this. It did on this episode, though. I mean, it did on this podcast.
How old were you when you bought Knight Rider and you're like, this is for the sex appeal? Strictly
well,
on
I
that.
just mean in general, like you know, as an 8-year-old, you see Knight Rider, you're like, shit, yeah. You hear that, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
you see
the
Road
honk.
Blasters, and you're
Yeah.
like, what is this Knight Rider knockoff bullshit?
I just like to think you're slamming two $20 bills down on top of Knight Rider and saying that Hasselhoff, he's everywhere.
I
Give me
need
the
to see
hot.
But
that
Road
David
Blasters-
Hasselhoff curl. That
Yeah.
fucking David Hasselhoff fro. Let's
Give me
go.
the Huff.
I'm gonna
And
say
Yeah.
like,
I confused it with Knight Rider. You're right, because I'm getting flashbacks to how bad Knight Rider was, and I'm looking at some images now, and it does look better.
There it
No,
is.
Road Blaster is a
But-
good game.
Road
It's no
Blast is a
pole
good
position.
game, man.
It's a good game.
It's no pole position, but it's a good game.
Computer and Video Games
No,
Magazine gave it 5 out
1942,
of
but
10.
it's good.
Is that where we're starting
Are
off
we
with a
talking
5 out of 10
soundtracks?
game? Yeah.
okay, can I finish mine?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
We have other brackets.
All that said, I do have to go Sonic 1 on this one. I think Sonic 1
That's
narrowly edges it out. And that's just
Wow.
because the music in Sonic 1 is good.
All about
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Road
Edges.
Blasters
Can I
doesn't have
argue-
that same
Can
that
I
same
can I approach the
earworm.
can I approach the
Go ahead.
bench? Can I approach
Yeah,
the
let's hear
bench?
It's this thing.
What you
Your
got?
Honor, I need to. I'm going to sway
Oh,
the
there's-
jury here, and I'd like to argue
Turok.
that though Sonic is a banger, and I love Sonic, but you got to think about the driving mechanics that was used in the arcade itself was kind of cool for the time. And I think the mechanics with the steering wheel and the shooting and the control, you know, the pedal, the accelerator, everything gives it just that extra additive outside of what Sonic provides. Because Sonic all around fantastic game, start to finish, memorable characters, the whole nine. But Road Blasters has that extra like mechanics that you can't get at home,
Yeah.
which makes it a cool arcade game. That would be.
I
that
will
would be my
say
argument.
that's actually one of the things that takes away from it because it was a standing
This guy.
steering wheel game.
Yeah.
This guy.
And it wasn't analog. It's a digital
Fair.
wheel.
Steering wheel games in the arcade, if they forced you to play standing up with the fucking pedals on your feet, that's not realistic.
What am I, a triathlete?
I can't
Yo,
do that.
I
I'm not
always
that
stand when I
coordinated.
drive.
That's why I play video games.
I drive a Scion. I'm always standing. There's no chairs in my car. It is a straight stand. That's why commuting sucks.
So yeah, I gotta stick with Sonic on this one.
It's time for
Fair.
the shoosting.
All right. So I'm not upset. I'm not upset at Sonic.
Yeah, I'm
moving
not
forward.
pissed either.
That's a good
That's
choice.
fine.
That's a good one.
All right. What other bracket mess are we
Although,
dealing with next?
I could see Jake snickering that the one that I picked was immediately ousted. So that's fine.
I didn't. You know. That's fine. That's
I
fine.
don't.
How do you guys feel
Tell
about
me more.
Tapper versus Pac-Man? Tapper versus Pac-Man. Two
Oh,
arcade
that's a good.
classics.
Oh,
That's a good
See,
bracket.
that's at least apples to apples on that one, I think.
I want to start on this one. I don't want to be the decision
Okay.
maker this time.
I'll be the decision maker. You go. I'll go last.
Okay. So I love me some root beer tapper. It's a lot of fun, but I fall off it so much faster than I do Pac-Man. Pac-Man, even with just the stupid like, waka, 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 I could play that for hours and lose track of time. I have done so in public with my wife.
Put that.
I have lost
please,
track of
that.
time.
That'll be
Like we were
that'll
playing
be
A whole
and
other episode.
the audio clip for this one.
so I gotta go Pac-Man on this one. Easy.
Okay, I'm going next. So I never played root beer tapper. I only played tapper. Where I was, there was not a root beer tapper. I know it's the same game. For me, I love tapper. The problem is that the scale of difficulty ramps incredibly quickly. And so just like Wolf, I fall off of it really quickly. I get through one or two levels, and at that point the game is so hyperactive that it's a quarter sucker, right? Pac-Man obviously is as well, but it feels like less of a degree because you can do things like hide in Pac-Man, etc. And so I also am going Pac-Man.
I don't think Chart is going to get to be the decision maker this time.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay, so in the movie,
I've seen the pattern.
the Pac-Man ghosts are in therapy, and I feel like it's on brand for me to say Pac-Man. Also, I love Pac-Man. It's everywhere. It's been 30, 40 years, and the kids still love the Pac-Man. It's on our sneakers and our clothes, in Jake's background. You just can't really go places without encountering Pac-Man. And I would be lying if I said it wasn't the first game I downloaded on my Nintendo Wii. So love it, Pac-Man for me.
Y'all want to speak up?
I'm thinking about it. So I mean, yes, I have the Pac-Man machine behind me. For me personally, though, I always preferred Miss Pac-Man over anything else. The original
Oh, yeah.
Pac-Man, I
Oh
think
yeah,
had
I
some
mean,
issues.
not the
Well,
sexual.
she's
Also
got
love
a bow
Super
on her
Pac-Man.
head.
Get it? Yes.
Yes,
Mm.
the game is also better. But anyway, yeah, the original Pac-Man, I got a love-hate relationship with. But then I'm looking at Tapper just now to remind myself. I have played Tapper. It's okay, and I have some issues with Pac-Man, but I don't think Tapper beats Pac-Man. So for me, it's gonna be Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Are we
Chart
coming in
does get to
unanimous?
choose whether it'll be a sweep.
No, it sounds like a full house to me. I liked the concept of Pac-Man. I'm going Pac-Man. Tappers is cool. It's fun, but again, it's a quarter sucker. There's not. I mean, it's just a lot of repetition. Not that Pac-Man's not the same. I get that, but the thing that I like about Kid Icarus is that the screen switches over, which you can hear me and Jake talk about in a previous episode, and it's very similar. You do the same thing in Pac-Man, where you're not confined. You're confined
Right.
to the square, but you can leave out one end and come out in another one.
You can even hide in
that's
there.
a good way to escape. Exactly. So
It's a tunnel. It's a tunnel you can hide in. It's a tunnel.
And it's you guys, space is cool and all, but tunnels. I'm a big fan of the Pac-Man run. So let's go with the Pac-Man.
Unanimous.
I'm cool.
Also, a tapper is kind of like one of those games, if I'm remembering everything correctly, where if your therapist were to say, "Where did your anxiety start?" you could point to that and be like, "It's one of those things that gradually builds on you." And
Manic kitchen.
Tapper. When you have to get from the top bar to the bottom bar, you are. Oh dear God, the anxiety is high.
Yeah. I might do a solo episode that's just a bracket of games from my childhood that gave me anxiety, and it'd be like the soda fountain spot from Back to the Future, Tapper, Burger Time.
Oh, Burger Time's
I'll
another
come up
good
with
one.
others.
Oh, but Burger Time's so good. Burger Time, you can move around and hide a little bit as well, right?
First time I ever heard my mother use profanity. She was playing Burger Time. Anyway, not important. Not about the episode. Let's keep going.
All right. Okay.
Wow, we actually agreed on something. That's amazing. That's great. That's good. That's awesome.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
All right.
And it's at 12.
We got
12.
Street Fighter 2. Is a Zangief scene. What's Zangief say in the movie? He's like, Zangief is bad guy. That doesn't mean Zangief is bad guy.
I crush people between my thighs with like sparrows.
Just because you are a bad guy does not mean you are a bad guy.
Bad guy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it's versus Q-Bert.
Ooh.
Absolutely a bad guy. Everybody knows Q-Bert's the villain in that game.
I just want to point. I just want to point out though that one of my favorite references, whatever wins, one of my favorite references is when Felix says, "My Q-Bert is rusty," and then proceeds to like, I just absolutely adore it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good scene. I like the Lost and Found scene, which also has Zangief in it. Well, parts of him.
Yeah.
I do love this pieces.
Gross.
I do love Zangief in this. The moment is great, but we're looking at the video games, not the reference. I think the reference to Street Fighter in this is great, but that's not the aim of this episode.
All right.
I love Street Fighter 2.
Oh, are you going?
Let me go, and then I'll let you guys disagree with me. I'm going to say one thing about the Q-Bert arcade game. The original arcade game had a unique feature I've not seen done on any other cabinet. It's enough that I want to buy one or restore one or try and recreate it. But inside a Q-Bert, when you jump off the edge and you fall to your death and die, there's a knocker inside the cabinet that wraps on the inside of the cabinet and makes a hollow noise.
Oh,
it is the coolest thing. And I saw it once
it's like
in
a
real
rumble
life
pack
just
for your
once.
arcade.
Yeah, literally, it's like, and it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's like the original Rumble Pack, and it just wraps on the box of the cabinet. And it sounds so cool.
My cabinet's got haptics. What you got?
Yeah, Polybius has something similar, but involving your soul. So
Polybius knocks on your ability to go to heaven. It's fine.
But for me, I think I'm going to give it to Q-Bert because I love Q-Bert. I think it's a gameplay that still holds up. It's challenging as hell. And the original Street Fighter 2, the very original one, is too slow. It doesn't have all the characters, and it has a bunch of issues. I think the definitive Street Fighter 2 is probably like Turbo or something, or the new fighters maybe. But the original Street Fighter 2 versus Q-Bert, I think it's Q-Bert.
Okay, but what if we were to put it against Q-Bert Alpha Turbo? I think that's the best version.
Q-Bert Alpha 3.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go second on this one as well. I, for kind of the same reasons that I vote for Pac-Man, I vote for Q-Bert as well, because with Q-Bert, you're being chased, but it's not hard to continually move around that map and avoid, that quarter sucking loss, right? And I mean, you can fall off, and the isometric joystick is a little janky sometimes, and you may jump the wrong direction. But that's a little bit of part of like the learning curve, where in Street Fighter 2, especially if you're playing two people with quarters, it's potentially 2 rounds and you've lost your quarter. 2 rounds and you've lost your quarter. 2 rounds and you've lost your quarter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, get good, scrub. But with Q-Bert, I mean, sure, it may take you a while because you're continually having to change the same colored spaces to avoid that death, but it gives you the opportunity to compete against the game, to actually play for a little while. And you have the ability to, I'm thinking in particular like the snake, the coiled snake or whatever. You can get them to jump off the map if you do things right, and it buys you additional time. So the game to me feels like it's less hungry for your quarters than say Street Fighter. Plus Street Fighter 2 absolutely proven to cheat.
Okay.
That's true.
Is it okay if I go third?
Go for it.
I want to counterpoint some things here, Sinister. You know I love you to death, and
Do ya?
I owe
Do ya?
you from the time at the place with the thing, and I'll never forget it. But here's the point. We quote, granted it's the movie, but we quote Street Fighter as a collective much more than we've ever quoted Q-Bert. In fact, 5 minutes ago, I think may have actually been historically the first Q-Bert quote when Sinistar quoted the movie, quoting,
It's a
the
shame
game.
it wasn't on a Tuesday.
Right, exactly.
No, that's quoting the
re-
movie, not the game.
That's
Regarding
still a game.
regarding haptics in arcade cabinets, I get what you're saying, and it was cool. But I've also played any number of current arcade games where if it's a shooter, you pull the trigger and then the thing is going do 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 do. So I don't know. I can get my feel from that wherever. Q-Bert is fun, but my heart in this case belongs to Street Fighter and Zangief, as it were. So there we are.
Although
Those are the reasons.
Zangief is a piece of shit in that game.
He is a piece of shit.
He is. He's so stupid.
But
in
again,
that
just
game.
because you're a bad guy
Doesn't
doesn't mean you're a bad prime.
Well,
Okay.
Wolf, you or me? What do you want?
You go ahead. I'll be the
Okay.
deciding factor on this one if I need to.
Fair. Okay. The haptics are cool. Q-Bert is a classic, but I got to tell you guys, I'm going on nostalgia with this one. And Street Fighter was the first game that made me want to like learn all the moves and go to my local arcade, which was Sam's Town, Mr. Merv. You know what I'm talking about. They had that on the big screen TVs, like right in the middle of the arcade that we had there. And I would spend hundreds of dollars in front of that game trying to get good and be the best Guile that I could possibly be until
Prime.
I learned how to actually play Ryu and Ken. But Jake says it's not good because you don't get all the characters and whatever. The three of them are the boss characters originally. I get what you're saying. Like, it would be cool to play at Bison. It's good to play as Vega. I love Vega. Vega's one of my favorite characters, even though he's also a piece of shit. I liked the concept of all that guys like playing Blanca, but when you're young, you're like, I want the easiest one, so you go for the Chung-Li's and the Blancas because all you got to do is rapidly press the buttons.
E-Honda.
I have a lot. E-Honda. Yeah, right. I have a lot of very fond memories that bring me back to my nostalgia because of Street Fighter 2 from Sam's Town and from the arcades growing up. So I have to go with Street Fighter just because it's spent a lot of time and money in front of that game. So Street Fighter is my pick, and I like Zangief in the movie. He's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, so I am the tiebreaker here.
2-2.
All right, so having played both of these on an arcade cabinet in the last year, I absolutely have to go with Q-Bert.
Wow, I expected that from
Street
Wolf.
Fighter.
That's not a surprise.
Street Fighter 2. I don't know. Something about playing it at the arcade has not aged well. I don't know if it's just like Jake said, it feels slow. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't play it at the arcade very well. Whereas Q-Bert is, it's the same game no matter whether you're playing it with a controller or at the arcade. You know exactly what you got to do. Don't jump off the edge. Avoid the squiggly guys, snakes, whatever the hell they are, slinkies. I don't know. And use the disc to your advantage get everything to be the same color. It's a lot of fun. It's aged better than Street Fighter 2 Arcade, I think. And had it been a different version of Street Fighter, it might have beat Q-Bert. But base Street Fighter 2,
I think Street Fighter is not benefited by the fact that it
Wait.
has been sped up. It's been cleaned up over years. And Q-Bert is Q-Bert. I mean, Q-Bert is forever,
Wait,
kind of the
how
same.
did you pronounce that? I thought it said Street Fighters.
Street Fighters. Ladies and gentlemen,
I want to
Street Fighters.
I want to share a little story about Q-Bert before we go to the next bracket. You guys ever have to convey like an alphanumeric code over the phone to someone?
Always.
And so, you kind of
Every
say
day.
Charlie, Romeo, Alpha,
Yeah.
all those to help people
Yeah,
get.
Yeah.
Wife Wolf was on the phone with somebody at one point. It was with it was a nurse or medical practitioner. I don't remember exactly what it was, but she was trying to convey this information. And she goes, Q as in Q-Bert. And the woman on the other end of the line just started dying.
Perfection.
Q.
I love that.
Perfection. I love it. Well done.
Yeah, I think, like I said, if this was a different Street Fighter 2 version, I think it could have been a different battle. But I just think that Q-Bert is something really unique, and it's not replicated, and I think it holds up better. If it was Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I think this would have been totally different bracket.
Why
Or
was
or
Q-Bert
championship edition, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is
it's something
Q-Bert
that
not
was
being added
Street Fighter
to Smash Brothers?
Turbo. Fucking got him.
So it sounds like Q-Bert takes it.
Yep.
Okay,
Of course it
some
does.
close
Next
battles.
bracket.
Q-Bert
He is a
beating-
one.
pterodactyl.
Our last one, and we're going to have to discuss which version because it gets a little bit tricky.
Oh.
And you also need to point out the reference to me because I don't think I remember this one. Metal Gear Solid?
Okay. Yeah, they're
Yes.
in the Lost and Found,
Yes.
and he pulls up the exclamation point, and it makes the noise.
And it makes
the
the
noise.
sound.
It makes
Yeah,
the
it is
noise.
solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yep. It is.
Okay.
Metal
And the
Gear
other one
Solid.
is Mortal Kombat, and it's Kano. So that one I
Kano
remember
is
Yes.
in.
Yep.
He's in the
Therapy scene,
therapy
right?
session. Yep.
He's
The
in
problem I
therapy
have
session. He
is
rips
the
out the
outfit he's
zombie's heart.
wearing.
It's hilarious.
That outfit though. What game is that outfit from? Is it Mortal Kombat 1 or is it a different version?
It's got to be a different version because it doesn't look like, because he just wears like the plain white, like gi kind of looking thing in the original.
Mhm.
The reason why we know it's Kano is because he's got the plate over his eye,
Right.
right? The plate with the red, and he and he reaches in and he grabs the zombie's heart and pulls it out to show that, it's what's in here that counts, not how you act. So
So
it's
here's
perfect
something to
Disney.
consider though.
Then he calls him the
We're-
C word.
I might have to ask Jake to pull in one of those alternate cards because that isn't technically Kano.
Yeah, it says here it's Cyborg.
Who?
Oh,
Cyborg is a
really?
sounds like it.
character.
They didn't
It
get the
looks
rights
like
to the name.
Kano.
Clearly, the character is very clearly Kano from Mortal Kombat series, but the credits call him Cyborg.
I think
Probably
that's
because they
disqualifies
didn't
him.
want Mortal Kombat to be qualified into this Disney movie. It is a violent game.
Or they
All
just
right.
didn't want to pay the money for it because it's a Warner Brothers.
I-
Let's
property,
go
and
for the
fuck Warner
card.
Brothers.
That's probably
Well,
midway.
I agree.
Warner
We should
Brothers.
go with the card, but I'm relieved about this because I love both of these games, and this one was going to be difficult for me, and I have to say why. The Metal Gear Solid exclamation noise, I still use, like, it's my text message notification noise. It's classic and identifiable, and it gives me the feels every time, and it never gets old. However, Kano from the Mortal Kombat movie, me and my family quote that constantly whenever somebody shows up. She's here, and the whole thing right on time. And
Yeah.
the only reason they made him, I guess, canonically Australian is because of the actor in that movie.
Right.
And everything about Kano from the movie is perfect. And then New Mortal Kombat, he was kind of the standout character. And I don't know what I would have chosen. So the fact that it's DQ'd really helps me out. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Right on time.
Plus, every time you hear your text message, you go run and put a box over your head. Every time.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Whoop. How did you get this number? That's my response to everybody. Okay.
Bring
Two.
out the cards.
Secret
Jake being-
envelopes. two of my favorite games that I'm
Turok 1 and
pleased-
2.
Turok
It's not
1
Turok.
and 2.
Look, one's the NES classic, okay, and the other one's not. But there's fantastic games. I'm gonna randomly shuffle these games. You'll never guess what they are.
What the fuck? You can't shuffle two.
If
I
it's
just
tactics, I'm going to
I
lose
just
my
did,
mind.
and I shuffled it for the microphone, so people listening at home.
I'm so confused. I don't know which one's which. Oh,
So we're
shit.
subbing out
He's
Mortal
ripping.
Kombat because Kano wasn't in it. It was actually Cyborg,
Yeah.
which does not make any sense.
Doesn't make
Circus
sense.
Charlie. Now,
Oh,
Fuck
fuck,
me.
God damn it. Well, that made it easy.
there are several references
it
to
easy.
clowns in this movie. There's one that's a hobo, and I'm seeing it in screenshots, and that looks like Circus Charlie to me.
Okay,
Or at least Circus
but
Charlie
if-
post his career in the circus.
looks like I don't know if that qualifies because Kano looked like Kano but was not Kano.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got him.
Thank you. DQ.
I
That's
love
why we have
punctuality
two.
in a
I'm
woman.
going to shuffle the remaining envelope. We're going to open it up.
I was just saying, quit trying to shoehorn in Circus Charlie.
I thought it would
That'd
fit.
be nice.
What about
Hidden
King
gem.
Candy? What about King Candy? He's the clown, isn't he?
King Candy
No,
turned
he's a
out.
king of candy.
Spoilers. Hold on, spoilers. That was Turbo.
Okay. All right. Fine.
He sounds like
right.
what's his name?
I talk like
Confetti
this.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christopher
No,
Lloyd.
it's the confetti guy.
That was good. That was
Well, it's
good.
not Christopher Lloyd, but
All right.
whatever.
What's our
Okay.
game?
It's Walsh from
This one's a little bit more open-ended,
Serenity.
but you're going to have to work with me on this one because I have no more fucking envelopes, okay? this one, Mario
You better
Kart.
get another envelope.
Why? Because the biggest part of this movie is freaking kart racing. So I feel like we have to
But
have
Mario
a kart.
Kart's not in it.
Yeah,
What are you
But it's kart
doing?
racing. It's
You
kart
understand.
racing. That's the fine. That's the play on things.
So we all
All right,
agree
all
Metal
right,
Gear
all right,
Solid
all right.
is winning this one.
Somebody grab
Candy-
an
Candy
arm because we are
Rush.
reaching.
Candy Rush subbed as Mario Kart.
Yeah. What?
Sugar Rush.
Yes.
But no,
Sugar
no.
Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush. Wrong.
That's Donkey Kong is not one of the options in this for the exact same reason, even though Wreck-It Ralph is Donkey Kong. What is it?
No. He's definitely not Donkey Kong at all. His games are entirely different. They're completely separate games.
I thought he was
Not
more
even close.
Rampage.
I'm going to
All
go
right,
with Metal
I-
Gear Solid
I-
on this
I
one.
I have to pull an executive decision on this. I'm going to pull in two names from games that have somewhat prominent cameos in the movie, and you guys can pick one of those to go up against Metal Gear. All
Do
right?
you have secret envelopes over there? Do you have
No,
envelopes?
I just have two on hand that I can think of, and we're using those. We'll pick one of those real quick.
Jake
No
is
reasoning.
0
Just
for
give us your
3.
vote, and that goes against Metal Gear. All right?
0 for 3
He's 0 for 3 for the cards.
with usable envelopes.
Vicious.
Just try and
How
bring
embarrassing.
fair, honest games to this competition. You guys just dismiss it
All right.
so easily. Fine, let's hear your games.
Paperboy or Dig
Turok?
Dug?
Dig
Let's
Dug.
put Paperboy against Metal
Are
Gear.
they in the movie?
They are.
No, I like Paperboy.
They're
Where's
both
Dig
in
Dug?
I
Game
like-
Central Station.
Yeah.
As
they're-
Game
references, or
Central
are they just
Station is
like
They're walking around in the back there.
Yeah, they're walking around.
Both of them. Paperboy
could've
is
thrown
zooming
NBA Jam
around
in there,
with his
too.
bike, and
Yeah.
Dig Dug is hanging out with two of the enemies, I believe.
And you just pulled those out of nowhere. You were just like, "Here's two." Jake
Those
probably
are the
put
two
a lot
I
of
could think
thought
of,
into
yeah.
the envelopes, and I feel
I
bad
went to a
about it.
fucking committee. We got envelopes written up. Is the paper blank? Maybe, but that doesn't matter because they were
How much
envelopes.
are we
He's just
spending
trying
on
to- He's
envelopes?
trying to squeeze in Circus Charlie wherever he can.
All right. So my choice is Dig Dug, Paperboy, or Mortal
versus
Kombat.
Metal Gear.
No.
No, Metal Gear.
Paperboy
No,
or Dig
we gotta
Dug
pick
is your vote right now.
Versus
The
Okay.
winner of those
versus,
goes against Metal
um,
Gear.
yeah.
No
Dig Dug.
reasoning, just
Paperboy.
pick one.
Dig Dug.
Hey,
Paperboy.
Dig Dug.
Paperboy.
GP, what was your
That's
vote?
Oh,
He
Paperboy.
said Paperboy too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Paperboy.
Seeing as it's Dig Dug one, I gotta go Paperboy.
Good choice. So back to it. I'm gonna go Metal Gear Solid.
So Metal Gear Solid versus Paperboy.
Yeah, honestly, I hate Paperboy. I hate that game.
Oh, it's a great game.
The best part of the game is the bonus round, and you're done with it in 5 seconds. So it's definitely Metal Gear Solid. How can you not vote for Metal Gear Solid?
Best part of
Because I
Paperboy
hate
is
Metal Gear.
Best part of Paperboy is when I get run over by a car and I go walk and play a different game.
Wow.
This
I'm going
plays the
Paperboy
VR
because I
version.
cannot stand Metal Gear Solid.
Really? Do you not like good
Yeah.
games?
Do you not like
Says the
movies?
man who tried to
what's all your-
shoehorn Circus Charlie into this discussion.
So
what's
wait,
wrong
wait.
with Metal
Who
Gear
had-
Solid?
I don't like
the
listen,
story.
Listen. First of all, listen. I don't like that I have to sneak around. I don't like it. I like the option to sneak, and if I want to, blow everything up when I get mad. I'm not patient enough to sneak around in a freaking box. No, thank you. I would rather ride a bike and throw my paper through people's windows. Sign me up, Paperboy. I'm not a Metal Gear Solid fan.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
So, okay. Thank you, Sinistar.
Well, at least he can spell. It's good. I mean, I lose, and I'm
So-
fine with that. I don't care. But
Yeah, does that mean 3 of you already voted Metal Gear Solid?
yeah,
Do we know Jake's?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, hands down.
Jake said Metal Gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if we're going back to the arcade game, not the stupid NES game, Paperboy in the arcade was pretty fucking cool with that steering wheel and the aiming. And that was, if you got that version of Paperboy, it was very interesting. So I'm going to give this one to that version of Paperboy specifically. But
Every version of the original Paperboy was wonderful. I think it was great, but I mean,
Every
it's
version.
fun. It's Metal Gear.
Do you remember the N64 version that we talked about in a prior episode? Because that
I
that
think he
game
means
was
every
special.
port of the original Paperboy.
The original. That's what. Yeah, sorry. Because there's
I don't
also a
know that I-
Paperboy
Yeah.
2 that I don't think I like very much. But
I
Paperboy
don't know
1.
that I want to make Jake feel this good, but I would rather play Circus Charlie over Paperboy.
I'll take it.
You know what is a great Paperboy game? Is Paperboy Alpha 3. Much faster.
Tournament Turbo Omega Fighting Edition.
Yeah,
Championship
but
edition.
everybody just picks Chung Li on the bike. It's just not fair, right? With the bicycle kick.
Right.
Look, I
When
use
you
E
can
Honda.
rapidly tap B and she pedals
I
faster.
use E Honda because I can actually move the bike while I'm using my
No,
fist.
Cheng Li's got the kick. She's got the lightning kick, so she pedals faster.
Is it
I think
fair
I
to say
prefer Super Paper Fighters Turbo.
that, is it fair to say that Hideo Kojima is the video game equivalent of M. Night Shyamalan?
Probably, yeah.
Can
Okay.
we say that? Would that be
Except better.
the
Isn't he
record, I
more
love M. Night
like
Shyamalan. For the most part?
I would like it more to David Finch, right?
Yeah.
No, because David Finch still puts out good stuff.
Yeah, Shyamalan's had a lot of misses over the last
No,
15
no.
years.
He means.
Oh, I was talking
Kojima.
about
Kojima.
David-
Kojima.
David
Kojima,
Lynch
yeah.
didn't make the last
Yeah,
Airbender.
David Lynch.
Let's-
I was thinking Kojima is more like David Lynch.
Got
Yeah.
you.
Oh, and the obscure nature of him. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree with
not M Night
The weirdness
Shyamalan. And,
factor and the
not M Night Shyamalan.
I
and
like-
I got
I
one
prefer
crazy movie
Lynch
that was
over-
amazing.
No,
Yeah, I
Shyamalan's got so many good movies. But that's not this episode. We'll
Two?
talk about that some other time.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hey,
'Kay.
there's an episode idea.
Hmm
All right.
Are we doing movies?
So
Old versus
M-
Press B to
MGS
rewind.
Twist.
M-
Shyamalan.
MGS moves on.
Okay.
a terrible
So
game.
the envelopes didn't matter a damn thing with that bracket at all. All right, I'll
No.
take
No,
the feedback
nobody's
and give it to the
surprised.
Please,
committee.
please keep bringing envelopes, though, because I want to see how long it takes for you
Yeah.
to get a
Please
good one.
keep bringing
Yeah.
envelopes so we
Yeah.
can shoot them down every time.
The envelopes were pure glory.
Yeah.
All right. So we
Oh,
have 4 games or 2 brackets of 2 each because we do the 8. Last time we did it with this is for the 4th. How did we? Oh no, we just do it and then we do the loser bracket.
Mhm.
Never
Yeah.
mind. I got it. All right. So
Yeah.
first semifinal then is Sonic 1 versus Pac-Man. That's a hard one.
That is a hard
Oh.
one.
One.
oh,
It shouldn't be, but it is.
That is a hard one.
Sonic one.
Yeah.
Sonic one.
I'm going Pac-Man. I'm going Pac-Man.
You will.
This Pac-Man Tournament Edition, I'll quit. I just love the joke.
Alpha,
No,
Pac-Man Alpha
it's,
3.
It's Pac-Man Turbo Solid Alpha.
Turbo Alpha 3. Pac-Man
I got-
99.
I gotta
We're
go
the
Sonic on
championship
this
edition
one.
of Pac-Man. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I gotta go Sonic.
I bet it is.
before you go, Jake,
Yeah.
I want to put in mine. I want to say Pac-Man because the analogies to real life in this game are endless. It's this poor
You're a
guy
circle
who's
eating
running
fruit?
around eating pills, being chased by the ghosts that terrorize his life,
In the dark.
trying not to die.
In the dark. That's literally my morning.
Is
Yeah,
it
and
two-
Pac-Man's a
occasional-
pill
and
popper. I don't
occasional-
think that's a secret.
And they occasionally eat some fruit because of hypertension. I got it.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need a pretzel.
And when the ghosts
right.
grab you, you eat
Heard.
yourself from the inside.
Yeah, that's what I do on Sundays. Yeah.
Plus, the Futurama reference to Pac-Man is so fucking good.
Yeah, he's like the general, right? During the
He's
Space
the
Invaders.
general, and then
And
tell
then
my wife.
Tom
Tell my
Sawyer
wife.
comes on.
Yeah, yeah. That,
Oh, my wife. Yeah.
And then his wife. Ah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Deep cut. I love it.
Gosh, those are both good games.
Mhm.
I mean, I love Sonic. I love the Sonic franchise. I like Sonic 1 a lot. It's my first Genesis game because it was free. And then I also
only
love
Genesis
Pac-Man
game.
because I have a machine behind me. But again, I don't know. That's tough. I think I'm gonna go with so the spirit of that movie is arcades. So I'm gonna lean toward the arcade game and go with Pac-Man. But that's very tough to choice. I love both those games.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's actually a valid. That's a valid.
Pull out the
reference.
envelopes.
Yeah,
Get the
Turok-
envelopes out.
Turok-
Use them all.
Yeah.
Turok wins this round. It's weird.
Yeah, Turek wins this one.
I
Yeah, if
mean,
only
we just
had
got
Turok this
Pac-Man
time.
fever around here at Press B, so
I love that song.
Paku Paku.
It's great.
Happy
All right,
30-year downward spiral.
Oh yeah.
It's true. Now we have.
I wanted to buy that album so bad, but anyway, I want something I can never have. So I understand that it's pretty hate machine. Leave me alone.
That's pretty. Yeah, there you go. Leave me alone.
Took me 45 minutes to
Glad
come
you
up with
get
that.
the hero joke.
All right, Metal Gear Solid versus what?
Q-Bert.
Q-Bert.
It's
Oh.
Q-Bert.
I would pay to
So,
see
I
that
mean,
fight.
You put Snake and Q-Bert in a room together. We know who's going to win.
But
you
what
know.
about a coiled?
I don't like
snake
any of these
versus snake?
games, so
What about
I
a
didn't vote
coiled
for any of
snake
this.
versus snake?
Coiled Snake versus Snake? That's a good point. Who would win that battle? Yeah.
I have no vested interest in any of these fights.
Okay, then I will go for Chard, and he's going to go with Metal Gear, which is also what I'm going
Okay.
for.
No, I'm
That's-
going
no,
for GP.
I'm going with Q-Bert because I hate
GP's going
Metal
for
Gear.
Q-Bert.
No,
Thank you.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, Metal Gear
No.
for me, obviously.
Q-Bert
Yeah, Q-Bert for Charlie.
has a knocker, but Metal Gear Solid Snake can knock on
What
walls.
knockers?
Yeah, Meryl.
Why, thank you.
yeah, right.
This is a tough choice.
Rosé. I'm going Q-Bert.
Oh,
I'm going Q-Bert.
Rose, hey.
You're going
Because
Q-Bert.
arcade cabinet.
Well,
That's my
Road
point.
Blasters was still in here, which is an arcade game. Lost to Sonic.
Okay.
It's not an
What are the
arcade
votes
game.
right now?
I think it's 2-1 for Q-Bert,
Yeah, it's 2-1.
Yeah.
which is ridiculous, guys. Come on.
I haven't. Did I go? I don't know if I said yes or no. I don't know which to go with.
You haven't gotten
Yeah,
anything. You
I'm
said
kinda
you
torn
said you like
too.
knockers.
Which,
That's all
can I
got.
vote for knockers? Is that an avenue? Can I pull another envelope and write knockers on it?
You were
Okay, I'm gonna vote.
knockers.
The
Yeah.
spirit of the movie is the arcade, but also Q-Bert is so easy to just pick up and play and get into, and Metal Gear Solid, you kind of have to be in the mood to play.
Yeah,
That's
which
cool,
is
man.
never.
On,
So,
on
Q-Bert.
that end, Q-Bert
Awesome
edges
logic.
it
Q-Bert,
You
the
look- are
better
you
game
sweating?
compared
DP,
to
you
Metal
look like you're
Gear.
sweating.
No, I just
out. It's
I
more
don't know.
accessible.
No, that's a great choice. That's real good.
yeah.
And also,
That's a real good choice there.
Here's the
I mean,
thing,
it's hard to compare the voice acting, okay?
You know what? I'm
Jeez.
gonna go with GP and say Metal Gear Solid. I think it's
Thank
just a
you.
better game. I like Q-Bert a lot. I voted for it last time,
Well.
but I think Metal Gear has got the best story and gameplay and impact, even though it's not an
graphics
arcade
and
game.
sound design and okay, but
You know,
yeah,
it doesn't have enough tunnels.
Is it hot in
it's
here?
90%
God,
tunnels.
that's a good choice.
More
Tunnels.
tunnels than Q-Bert.
Chart. Here's my thing. Here's why that was so rough for me. I base so much of my life around the concept of what would Werewolf do because he's the smartest person I know. And whenever me and Werewolf don't come down on the same side of something, I'm like, I fucked up somewhere. But I still feel so strongly in my heart about this one.
I
So-
thought you were gonna say I've spent so much time running around, sneaking around my house in a box that that's. I thought you were gonna go
there
a Metal
may-
Gear
there
Solid
may-
reference on that.
there
You
may
know,
be video
Chard,
footage.
I just
It's so
That's a
hot.
good choice.
Why
That's
is
a
it
good
so hot?
reference.
Is it hot in here?
It's really,
All
really
right,
fucking
all right.
brilliant.
All right, so we've
Q-Bert.
So
got
Chard
Q-Bert.
voted Q-Bert?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
David
did.
Hater.
So we've
Wow,
got
okay.
Q-Bert versus Pac-Man, right?
Yeah.
Well, hold
Well,
on.
hold
what's the loser
See,
bracket?
this
loser,
should
the third place
be-
bracket.
Okay.
So Metal
Oh,
Gear
yeah.
versus Sonic. That's actually also a
Oh.
shitty bracket.
Oh,
Metal Gear,
Sonic.
please.
you know what?
my
I'm
God.
gonna go.
All right.
I'm gonna go
I'll go
Metal Gear
first.
on that one. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Metal
Gear
on that.
Solid.
Okay, Metal Gear.
It's fine.
Sorry,
It's fine.
Chard.
I'll stand. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll stand on this green hill zone by myself.
Metal Gear.
I'm gonna say
This is
Sonic.
the green hill I die on.
All right, so Metal
Thank you,
Gear takes third place.
Thank you.
Wow, that was so
Saving
quick.
grace.
Really? You guys all on
Metal
Metal Gear right away? You don't want to talk about it first? Discuss it? Like you don't like Sonic?
What else is there to say?
I like Sonic. I like Sonic better when he can be
Sonic's got
super.
better music. It's got better characters. Better game.
But does it have better espionage action? No.
I don't have to sneak
Tactical
around in Sonic.
espionage
I just
action.
run right
But,
into
but
shit.
therein lies the problem for Chard is tactical. He does not
Yeah.
like
You know-
I
tactical
don't like
games.
tactical.
You know,
It's true.
The
Yeah.
base is too farty.
No.
You're
No,
too funny.
That's why
never.
we like it so much. All right, so
I think if it were
Okay.
like Sonic 2 against Metal Gear Solid, I'd have gone the other way. But we're
It'd be a
talking Sonic
discussion.
1.
Okay, Sonic 2 versus Metal Gear 2. Yes, that one's a tight one.
Oh, very much.
If it was
Sonic
Metal
2.
Gear
Sonic 2,
Turbo
yeah.
Alpha 3, then maybe we'd have something.
Okay, here's
And
And then
Yeah,
if we're
Sonic-
if it were Metal Gear Rising, it's the same thing. It's Metal
Son-
Gear and Sonic.
Sonic 3: The Phantom Knuckles.
Phantom
Knuckles.
Knuckles is that's
Yeah.
a choice.
Phantom, no,
That's
yeah,
a that's a
different-
move.
That's a different, much more interesting
All right,
game.
we got Pac-Man versus Q-Bert. We need a gold medal and a silver. That's
This is
that's
the
two arcade
third
classics.
bracket.
I'm gonna go first. I
Hmm.
haven't gone first on any of these.
Okay.
I'm going first. So my ranking is Q-Bert is the silver, Pac-Man is the gold. Pac-Man is
I think it's hard
the
to argue.
better known game. It is the better game. I love Q-Bert, but it is the better game. Pac-Man has influenced our lives from like day one.
Yeah.
I have to go with Pac-Man
Yeah.
takes gold.
I'm a big fan of knockers myself, but I gotta go with Pac-Man.
If you
GP
guys ask
Jake?
the kids, Pac-Man
I'll go last.
and Q-Bert, would they even know who those characters are?
Probably not, because I don't
You
have
want me to
children,
bring
so
in
that
the
works.
8-year-old
And my dogs don't
demographic real
talk.
Yeah,
quick?
yeah. Let me call my kid real quick.
Yeah.
My
Because,
kids
like,
would know.
I'll talk to the
My
Like,
kids know
you know what? I'll
Pac-Man,
see if
but I have
Cars
the
and Case
machine.
know what I'm
My
talking
kids
about.
know.
Yeah, go ask
my
your
kids know
go ask your
Pac-Man.
dogs, Chard.
My kids know Pac-Man. I would be questionable if they
All
knew
right,
Q-Bert.
kiddo. I got a
Really?
question for you.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Hold
he's
on.
got
Can
a-
you guys hear
he's phone
him?
in one end.
Uh,
No,
Say
No.
something, kiddo. Kiddo, say something.
there.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just barely.
You're live
Alright,
on Press
so-
B, young man.
Question. Which game do you prefer, Pac-Man or Q-Bert?
Pac-Man. Done.
Do you
Okay.
Ask him
know
about
who
Metal
both
Gear.
of those
Ask him
are?
about Metal Gear.
There you go. My 10-year-old knows Pac-Man and Q-Bert.
Okay,
Thank you, kiddo.
Raising him right.
I'll take it.
Ask him about Metal Gear.
Catch you later.
yes. What about Solid? Come on.
Snake.
Snake!
Yaku!
He doesn't know Metal Gear.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
I wanna
So-
go grab.
Keep him that way.
I'm gonna go get my
Pac-Man is
8-year-old and see
gold
what
then,
he
I
says.
guess?
But there's every
Pac-Man is
chance
gold.
he's
Yeah, I
running.
gotta go Pac-Man on
yeah, I
this
think
one.
that was it.
I love me some Q-Bert.
Yeah.
The retro feels are there, but Pac-Man is it's a timeless game.
It's Pac-Man.
It's Pac-Man.
It's not Miss
Manny
Pac-Man.
Pacquiao, man.
Guys,
No,
it's
and if it
International
were
Women's
Miss
Day.
Pac-Man,
have
this
to be
never would have
Miss
been
Pac-Man. It's still
like the
wow.
Miss Pac-Man would have been an even easier decision on all these.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
oh,
love
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different ball game.
All right.
I watched
All right.
Wreck-It
Pac-Man
Ralph.
Alpha 3 Turbo would have been a good choice,
Whilst
too.
eating pizza. And here's where I'm going with this. When I think about eating pizza in my youth, what arcade cabinets were more pizza places? And I have to go with Pac-Man, specifically the sitting down glass
on the
top arcade.
table.
Yes, the
Which-
cocktail
Which
table.
is one of,
Yeah.
in my estimations, one
Yeah.
of the best experiences of my childhood,
Yes.
arcade-wise,
Yep.
up
Yes.
until Mortal Kombat 2 came
Marie
out. So,
Callender's had one in their waiting room.
Marie Callender's.
Calendars.
I mean, there's always
table
Pac-Man
pizza.
Championship Edition DX,
yeah.
which is not
Is
a
that
joke.
Mankind Divided? Is that
No.
Mankind Divided? No?
Champion Edition is really a solid. It's an excellent game. Like it's one of the best games on. Was it Xbox 360 Live? I think it came out on originally. That game was awesome. I love that one.
These
Pac-Man
games
is
are
still
also in
producing
the arcade.
games.
Yeah.
Let's just point
I'm
that
happy
out.
with
Okay.
yeah, we'll say Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So are we done with
Pac-Man-
voting on this one?
Yes.
Why am I fuzzy?
Not only that, but you talk
didn't shave.
pizza, and what happens when you take a slice of pizza out of a pizza? You get Pac-Man.
It's that
Do you?
unofficial
Jeez,
tie-in.
that was cinematic.
Yeah, there you go.
I just thought I got a slice of pizza.
So real quick, also, Wreck-It Ralph, was that a real life game before the movie came out?
I think they made
No.
They made it.
No,
after.
they
No.
made
They
it
made a game
into
afterwards.
Right. And same
Fix
with
It Felix,
Felix,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So
I can
Wreck-It
fix
Ralph
this.
got tie-in games that were themed after Wreck-It Ralph, but there was also I think there was a Sugar Rush tie-in game and a Fix It Felix tie-in game.
There
Okay.
were.
I just want to make
I-
sure, because if Wreck-It Ralph was a game that I didn't know about that existed and they made a movie out of it, clearly that would have to win the whole thing. But yeah, that's good.
I gotta ask though. Okay, you guys vetoed Circus Charlie, and that's fine. I'm still upset with
'Cause we
Mario
always
Kart
do.
being vetoed.
Always
I
will.
know. What if it was
But it's not Mario
Halo?
Kart.
What if it was Halo?
Halo
No, it
doesn't
would've
count
been-
either.
It would have been vetoed.
But that's
Halo's
so
not
what
a
they were
arcade
going
game.
for with the movie reference, though. It's a
I
whole scene with the
understand.
bugs and you know. I don't
But
know.
the game
I
was.
know. I was
We
thinking it was
vetoed-
more Warcraft
We vetoed Kano. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
or StarCraft.
He wasn't even there.
Yeah, we get-
It was Cyborg.
Kano was vetoed, and it was Kano. It was without
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
It was
fine,
Kano.
All right.
It had
Okay.
Satan,
But
which
they
was
dressed-
clearly Diablo, but we
Yes.
don't count
Yeah.
that either. So
I
But
thought
they
that was
called him
the
Satan.
the ghouls and ghost devil. That's
And
why I thought that was.
also thought
No.
it would have been a tie-in to Dungeon Keeper. It could have been Dungeon
It
Keeper.
could have
as
been, but
well.
Yeah.
I thought it was Diablo personally. I thought it was more Diablo.
Okay.
She's here.
Anyway,
Right on.
she's
time.
here.
So it's Pac-Man is our gold medal, silver goes to Q-Bert, and bronze is Metal Gear Solid, which Chard doesn't like. This I learned. I mean, that's
Nope.
This is a
Hate it.
this
why
is
I
a
love this
weird
podcast.
bracket, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was kind of the point. Is it was going to be.
We fought a
weird
lot
bracket.
less.
I
That's
love
true.
that we never, as a group, agreed on Pac-Man at any point in the show until the last round.
Until
And
the
we were
very
like,
end.
fucking
Yeah.
Pac-Man, 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking back.
I mean, without question.
We're never, yeah.
Very
What a
nice.
great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. a
I'm
good
gonna
game.
And I
fucking
will say this:
throw
I think
that
the
out
best,
the
my
movie
favorite
card.
version of Metal Gear Solid was the Twin Snakes one that they remastered and put on the GameCube.
Yeah, the
That
GameCube
was
one?
So
That
great.
one was excellent.
So good.
Well,
I've been looking
animated
at the
it,
Metal Gear
right?
Solid collection to give it another run, but I'm
Also-
not paying that much for it on Steam.
Here's something
here's-
sad. Twin Snakes is the only Metal Gear Solid I've beaten.
Mm.
Oh,
you
no,
gotta
you
beat the
got to stick it through.
original.
That's not that sad.
This is
That's not
this is
that
why I have the collection. I
Yeah.
bought this
Yeah.
off a buddy of mine, so I could play through the franchise.
2 was cool,
Yeah.
but it was a dip in quality except for the graphics because that was on the PS2. 3 refound its stride, and 3 was good. But then you had like Substance and Subsistence, which were superior versions of 2 and 3. And
Bless you.
yeah, thank you.
Um,
But I real quick, I'm sorry,
wasn't
Chard. Before
three,
you,
like, wasn't 3 like the origin story of Snake? Like, if you played 3, then
it wasn't
Kind of.
Solid
you could
Snake.
kind
It
of
was
play everything else. Because
It was
Snake,
Big Boss.
Snake Eater is
Big Boss.
it was Big
yeah.
Boss.
They're-
Yeah.
yeah, they're
And
Snake
they're
Eater-
redoing, they're remaking that, aren't they? Isn't there a remake coming
Probably,
out?
I
For
don't know.
Really?
It's been
Yeah.
more than 4 years, so why not? Here's and I understand
Well,
voting
because
is
Kojima
closed
wouldn't
and
be
everything is
involved. That's
over.
why. So-
But if we're talking, if we go back and think about Metal Gear versus Sonic, Sonic was designed to be like the cool, hip, edgy, awesome, cool character. And while he's spinning around and, bucking authority, Snake's over there just smoking, looking cool as shit, talking in his
The
David
anti-hero.
Hayter
Yes.
voice.
I do love David Hayter.
He
I
is
do
talking
love
to
David
me.
Hayter.
Now, if you can
I
give
was
me a
really
ROM
upset when they
hack that
recasted him
puts
in 5.
Sonic in Metal Gear, yeah, we could talk. But
Yeah, it's called Smash Brothers, actually.
right, yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's in Smash
Well,
Brothers. Both of them
yeah.
are.
I
I
mean,
forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Snake also had Metal Gear. The Ape Escape tie-in.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Interesting. Okay.
There were Ape
Yeah.
Escape missions you could play in one of them. I think it was 2, but it might have
Oh.
been 3. I don't recall.
I need
2
to
had escape
I need to
level
give Metal
2.
Gear Solid another shot, but I don't know.
Yes,
It's
please
not. It's
do.
not even that long of a game either. It's pretty short considering. But it's
Especially if
too
you
long.
skip over the
It's a-
cinematics.
But
the puzzles
then
are
it's like
fun.
an hour.
Puzzles are good.
Yeah, no, the story is great. It's like Kojima's love letter to cinema. Like it feels like
Yeah.
every 80s, 90s action movie rolled up together. It's great.
Listen,
I
if I
love
wanted
Solid.
to design levels, I'd be a level designer.
Well,
Not an
also Metal Gear Solid is very tongue-in-cheek on purpose.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
what in Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden comes across Snake at a point, and Snake gives Raiden a bunch of ammo. He's like, "Here, I don't need this. You'll need it." He's like, "Why won't you need it?" And he points to his headband that he got from Metal
Infinite
Gear
ammo.
Solid 1 and goes, "Infinite ammo."
Infinite ammo. Well, also, do you remember the name that he gave to Raiden? Snake Plissken from Escape
Yeah,
from
he told him he
LA
was
or whatever, yeah.
Pliskin. Yeah.
Plissken, yeah. Snake Plissken.
Mm.
Solid Snake Plissken. It's brilliant. You can't, top tier stuff.
Yeah, I'll just
And
take
that's
your
been
word for
Plus
that.
B, guys.
That's good.
Love it.
All right. Well,
So I think we definitely ranked it and wrecked it tonight.
Nice,
we
yeah.
definitely wrecked it tonight. Can't confirm wreckage.
Next time, soundtracks featured as cameos in A Fish Called Wanda.
Song references in Celine Dion's latest hits.
Oh my god.
Next time we'll have to do Ready Player One. It'll be a
Yeah.
48
There you go.
bracket.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
We'll
Hey,
bring
Carl,
in
They
all
don't
the-
mini
call him
series.
King Kong. He's not King Kong by name. They call him Great Ape. So we can't put him in there.
and we'll have
DQ'd.
we'll have
Immediately
we'll have,
DQ'd.
we'll have D&D against Space Invaders. It'll be fine. Tabletop D&D against Space Invaders. It's good.
Jake's gonna
Not
have
an
to bring
arcade
like
game.
a dozen envelopes, none
Yeah.
of which will matter.
Yeah, all of them
They
will
were
throw
good
out.
games. And the references were sound. You guys just don't like fun. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
We
Just
like fun,
Fun.
so long as it doesn't involve Circus Charlie.
Well,
I think it's funny that
Like, is it
Mario
hot in
wasn't
here?
in tonight's brackets.
It's hot in here.
Mario
Was he
wasn't
referenced in that
tonight's
movie?
brackets.
He was.
Bowser was
He's
in
always
the
late.
movie, and there's
Yeah,
a power-up
Bowser. Was he?
mushroom.
Bowser was in the movie, and he also
was in
references
the-
Mario not coming to the party because he's always late.
How did we not pick Mario Brothers or something then?
I don't know.
Pac-Man
Talk to
needed
the
W.
Canadian Olympic Committee that puts these together.
I didn't make the brackets. First off, you guys picked the games, I think, and then I think Sinistar picked the games, and then I put them in the randomizer. Don't blame me.
Wow. Let's
Don't
talk
put
to
your
the
fingers
up in
Coloradan,
I did
the
basically pick the
Coloradan
games.
Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
I mean, Chard and I were both like, "Yeah, Road Blasters needs to be in this." So
Yeah, I didn't
That's the
put
only
in
one
Road
we
Blast.
agreed on.
Yeah.
See, Wolf and I knew we were at the right spot. We knew what we wanted.
Yeah,
Well, it's
and I
not fair
threw
because
in
you guys are in
Mortal-
the same bedroom. Look at it.
I threw in Mortal
True. That's true.
I threw in Mortal Kombat and was obviously wrong. So
They have like the
My door's right
co-chancellors'
here.
desks that are just butted up next to each other.
yeah.
all right.
This is
Thank
fun.
you
This is
guys for
good.
listening. This has been a very odd episode of Press B to Cancel.
This has been a
Somewhat
beautiful
by
This
design.
was exactly how
but-
I thought it was going to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this. Anyway,
I'm
you
gonna
can
wreck
find
it.
us at pressbtocancel.com. You can find all our links to our socials, our Discord there. Come and join us. Tell us what what video game references we missed. We were talking about just Wreck-It Ralph 1. We know there's more stuff in Wreck-It Ralph 2, but just Wreck-It Ralph 1 here. So
We have
yeah,
standards.
come let us
Press B.
know if there's something we missed that you felt should have been in this and maybe could have been the contender. Let us know in the Discord. And yeah, thank y'all for listening.
I can fix it.